They all know the way to the recovery rooms at the hospital in Kramatorsk. Past the sandbags on the ground floor, down the hallway to the stairs. On the second floor, there's a couple of doors. We stopped at number 2. It's like any ward in eastern Ukraine, said the director. This is what the war has done.
Попил кофе, вышел в спальню, это все прошло мгновенно. Это просто, будем просто. Это даже на сознание не сообразишь никак. Это настолько все, бух, нету ничего.
Alexander had just finished breakfast when he almost lost his life. The Russians hit his apartment building in a multiple missile strike.
Осколочное в плече было, стекла, весь мусор летел, все подряд летело. От взрывной волны там, все поранило. Вот оторвано было вот так полностью от взрывной волны. Решили, сбросили. Все ранения дырявые.
The doctors reattached his skin with staples and applied an antiseptic dye. A distinctive color, it covers his body and that of his wife.
Как можно дать команду уничтожать жилые районы, микрорайоны? Это ж везде, это ж по всей Украине.
Alexander has been joined in room number 2 by his neighbor, Vitaly, who was blinded in the same attack. He says there were 2 explosions. He walked to the windows after the first one.
Тут же моментально прогремел второй взрыв. Меня вынесло волной то ли в конец комнаты, то ли в коридор. Поднялся как-то на ощупь. И пошел в сторону по памяти в подъезд. Волонтеры как-то помогли выбраться на улицу.
It is a strain for his mother. Vitaly is a steel worker, but he knows his life will never be the same.
Must be a very worrying time for you.
Да. Это так. Глаза потерять зрение.
There's not much left in the building where they lived. Its contents have been expelled into the surrounding area. 6 people were killed here, another 28 injured. And we found a former resident sorting through the remnants of his home.
What are you doing?
Throwing stuff away, he said. I've just got out of the hospital. I came to find my phones.
Oh, you've been injured.
He told us that he'd been sewn up. His head, his back, both legs as well. On the other side of room 2, we met a man called Vyacheslav, who'd been admitted with extensive shrapnel wounds. He said a rocket had landed in his house, but it didn't detonate until his children touched it.
Да, она влетела в окно, в форточку. Влетела, дети есть, дети маленькие, они схватили, она небольшую такую, маленькая, с такими хвостиками. Дети схватили, бахнуло в хате.
His daughter, Darina, was seriously injured in the explosion. This picture provided by the hospital. The surgical team spent 5 hours trying to stem the bleeding, but they were unable to save her life. The man in charge said they did everything they could.
До цих речей неможливо звикнути. Ми оперуємо, я лікую діточок 30 років, але операції, а травма – це зовсім інше.
He'd brought her x-rays and placed them on the window.
І осколки.
Look at what the war has done, he said. Darina, or Dasha, as they called her, is one of more than 140 children killed since hostilities began. They're acts of absurdity, waged by those who have lost all humanity. John Sparks, Sky News in Kramatorsk.